Um, I am dedicating this month's meditation, to a dear friend, Charlie Bliss, um, who was a dear friend. And it's funny, I wrote this little meditation, and it just seems so apropos for him. He's a special person who is no longer with us. And as I mentioned in the first session in January that is posted on my website, meditation is a powerful tool for us to be able to switch our nervous system from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic nervous system. And what that means is most of us, a lot of us, spend our day in that fight or flight side of our nervous system where, we're just jacked up because of stress or worry or all sorts of reasons. And learning how to shift over the parasympathetic side of the nervous system is really important because that's where healing happens. That's where health happens. So, this is like a free once a month session, but my hope is that you feel encouraged to start your own practice, a regular practice on your own or with others, um, because that's where the real magic happens when you're doing this consistently. And before you know, you're gonna notice that you feel more grounded. You walk through your day with more ease. You're less reactive. Someone cuts you off in traffic, it doesn't really bother you anymore. And those are like the nuances that tell you that your nervous system is healing. So, each session, I'm going to talk a little bit about a little topic of some description. We'll do a little breathing together. I'm going to introduce a mantra to use for each of the sessions, and then we'll sit together. And in January session, which is on my website, I talk about why we use a mantra, why it's so helpful, and why it's so healing. So feel free to look back at that, um, if that term's new to you. But before we even get into that, what I want to share with you today is an ancient story, um, that one of my teachers tells. And with all the turmoil in the world, and a lot of people are feeling ungrounded and feeling like this kinetic energy that's bouncing around. You could probably feel it in your own life. And there's a lot of fear. And so I have found it especially helpful to come back to this lesson, this story, um, over and over these past few months. It really helps me. And maybe you'll find it helpful too. Maybe you'll find it resonates with you. So the story goes that an old tribal leader is teaching his grandson about life. And he says, a fight is going on inside of me. It's a terrible fight, and it's between two wolves. One wolf is evil. He's angry. He's envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, impatience, self pity, inferiority, lies, false pride, and ego. He continued on to his grandson. The other wolf is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, and compassion. The same fight is going on inside of you and inside every other person too. So the grandson thought about it for a minute, and he asked his grandfather, Well, which wolf will win? And the old tribal leader smiled and simply replied, the wolf you feed will win. The wolf you feed is the wolf that will win. And that story is so powerful for me because we can often get lost in our own thoughts. And without even knowing it, we're feeding the bad wolf. And then that's what we carry around. So I'm inviting you, if you're not already, to close your eyes and just take a deep breath and allow the breath to fill you and cleanse you. There might be deep-rooted weeds of fear that are growing and blocking any rays of light to shine upon you. You may feel like there are heavy chains that are tied to your soul and creating sorrow. And I invite you to try and let those fears fade away. Let there be nothing that weighs you down. Take a few deep, loving breaths. Let the chatter of your mind fall away. And just focus on your breathing, following your breath in and out. And with that, let's take a few deep breaths together. What we're going to do is breathe in for the count of 4 through our nostrils. We're going to hold it for 4, and then we're going to breathe out. So let's try that together. We're going to breathe in, and then hold, and then breathe out. Let's do that again. Breathe in, and hold, and breathe out. And the last one, do that one more time. Breathe in, and hold, and breathe out. And just continue to breathe gently. You might have felt yourself relax just one more level down, just with those simple breaths. And really get comfortable. Really relax your shoulders. Relax your brow. Unclench your jaw. Breathe gently. Follow your breath in and out. And it's just simply breathe without any effort. And as I mentioned in the beginning, there's no right way to meditate, but this is the way that I find is most accessible for most people. And a mantra is used because it helps the mind grab onto something. It's perfectly natural for our minds to wander to a noise we hear or distraction or even how our bodies feel while we're meditating. And when that happens, just simply come back to your mantra, focus on that, gives your mind something to focus on. And today's mantra that I want to introduce is one we probably all know. It's the mantra of Om. And Om is called the hymn of the universe. It's actually the oldest mantra that's recorded. And it's considered the root mantra from which all other mantras emerge from. It's considered the white light of sound because sound elevates. It raises the vibration in each of us, and it actually energetically connects us all to one another. And I mentioned in last month's class that when we speak out loud a mantra, it's really powerful. And when we whisper a mantra, it's even more powerful. And the ancient text says that when we silently say a mantra, it's the most powerful of all. So, what I'd like to do is us together begin repeating the mantra first 3 times out loud. So, we're going to breathe in and then we're going to say our mantra. So, in your own space, take a deep breath. We'll do that again. And we'll do that. We'll do that quietly. One more time. Now let's silently repeat it to ourselves. And in doing so, just silently continue saying the mantra of Om over and over. And as I said earlier, you might find yourself drifting away, starting to do your grocery list or thinking about tomorrow. And when that happens, don't scold yourself. Just come back to your mantra. Or if that seems like too much, just focus on your breathing in and out. And today we're going to sit for 10 minutes and I'm going to ring a bell to get us started. And you'll hear a chime at 5 minutes halfway so that you don't have to worry about how long you've been doing it. And at the end, I'll ring a chime again. And when we finish, I encourage you to take a few moments just before you open your eyes to let the silence settle in. So let's begin. So we end each session with a moment of metta, which translates to loving kindness. It's a way where we can flow the sweetness we've just connected in ourselves back out into the world, which creates a ripple effect of love, peace, and connection. And this energy helps raise the vibration of our planet, and I truly believe creates a better place for us all to live in. And I mentioned today's meta moment is just to feed your good wolf with good thoughts and good actions and good words, and really pay attention to um, our good wolf that's in all of us. And I mentioned at the beginning that I was sort of honoring my friend Charlie Bliss because he knew how to feed his good wolf in every way. He was a good person. And I thank you all for joining me. Uh, I hope you feel a little more relaxed, a little more grounded, and you carry that out with you wherever you go. Everyone have a good night, and thank you. Bye bye.